Hey guys. So I am making a conscious decision to really stick to my YouTube. I know that I'm in and out all the time with YouTube, and when I'm in it, I'm super stoked, I'm super excited, I have a lot to say, and then other times I will just go into hermit mode, and just read books and just play with Leo and just be on the beach all day and go to the valley. As you can see, I'm in the van, and this video is going to be basically answering questions that you guys ask constantly, almost every single day, about van life and living in the van. So we lived, Skylar, Leo, and I, we lived in a rental place in Honolulu, which is up the mountain. A little bit after we got to Hawaii, actually, we started on one place on a farm, and I told the story about that a long time ago on like Facebook, and then when I had the blog, I blogged about it, and basically we had left everything in California and jumped here with like 2 suitcases, and we just went on to someone's farm, and it was through the website Woof, where they give you like a cabin or a tent or just something to live in, or like a room in their house, to be able to work on the farm. And so we left everything and we jumped here, and the person ended up being really known on the island negatively for just doing a lot of really nasty things. He was doing drugs and just like went off on us, and one day he ended up putting a gun to Skylar's head, which is Leo's dad, and he told us to get off the farm, and he said he was keeping all of our stuff and keeping our car and everything, and so that ended up being a huge ordeal. And then after all of that happened, we had talked to actually hundreds, like not exaggerating, hundreds of people who know him very well or went to school with him and just know different things about him, and really, really crazy. But anyways, then we went to a couple different spots to live. They were kind of just like little cabins. One of them was like a room instead of one of our really good friends' houses, and nothing seemed really right energetically for us to be in. So then we were at this place that we were having fun at. We really loved, because we had this big space to be able to garden, and it was up the hill where you could see like everything. It was really gorgeous, and we were growing all of our food, and that's when actually I was doing a lot of YouTube, just taking a lot of videos of the things we would eat and the things we were growing, and that was really fun. But the crazy thing that I realized after maybe like 3 months of being there, or 2 months of being there, was that we were literally every day leaving at 7 in the morning, and we would come home at like 7 at night when the sun would set. Sometimes like a little bit sooner when it wasn't quite dark yet. But we never would stay there. We would leave right in the morning, wake up, go on an adventure, go to the beaches, go have a lot of fun. So we were basically paying $1,300 a month for a mattress to sleep on, which when I've realized that, I was totally appalled, and I just immediately made the conscious decision to leave that place and for us to just move into our van that we had. So that was, I'm sure a lot of you remember, that was the maroon van that we had that I ended up painting, and I painted on it with Leo, and it was really old, so I didn't care. I thought it'd be a lot prettier and fun to do. So we moved into that, and I wish I had a picture of the inside. We ended up taking out the back seats, and I think we gave them to someone or something, and we didn't even have a mattress in it. We just had like our blankets, and then like a couple of little baskets of our clothes and different things that we had. And so it was Leo and his dad and I living in that van, and we did that maybe for like maybe 5 months or so, or 4 months, I think, like 5 months or something. And then finally we just realized that being so crammed together in one space, because when you're in a house, you've got a little bit more like roaming space and space to just do whatever you want to do. And so when you're just in a car all day, even if you're outside and you're adventuring, it's still in the same vicinity of that person's energy. And as much as we adore each other, we just realized that we needed to get different vans. So I ended up manifesting a separate van, which was incredible because it was like right when I made the decision that I wanted to be separate and be in a different van. So that was amazing. And then we were just we were kind of like caravanning with some of our friends and whatnot. And then finally that one broke down when we went up to the valley one time, because we were going up back and forth a lot. I was taking Leo, and it ended up not starting up the next day. And then I ended up manifesting this one that I love so much, and it's so small and so compact, but has so much room inside of it. It's literally amazing. I still need to do a tour of the van, but I just decided it'd be easier to have someone there to be videotaping it. Anyway, I wanted to, now that I got that over with, 6 minutes later, I wanted to answer questions that people ask often. So the first thing that I was answering basically in all of that was that mainly I just decided I didn't want to be inside of a house because I always wanted to be outside, answering the question of like why we're doing it. Secondly, I wanted Leo to be outside all the time, not inside of a little box where he was just bouncing off the walls with all of his energy. I didn't want to just be giving him toys in a house that we had, like to try and keep him entertained. The garden was really fun. That was really awesome. But the whole living in the van thing kind of outweighed that. So I'd like to have my own garden again at some point, like really soon. But however that'll work, I can go to a community garden or whatever ends up being. So yeah, basically, it's amazing to be able to wake up wherever I feel like I want to wake up and feel free and just have those finances, not to have to go to rent, but to be able to just put it into gas and go wherever I want to go for the day. So I can go up to Waimea or Waikoloa or all the way up to Pololu and not really have any obligation, no reason to come home or nothing pulling me to come home, because there's like a home back wherever I'd be going. No, wherever I am is home. So it's incredible, and it's just amazing. I can just pull up wherever and have this amazing view, and I can read, or do anything, do whatever. I can write, I can just sit and breathe or meditate or go on a walk or go in the water. It's super fun. Of course I don't have Leo right now, but there's a lot of different things that I'd be doing with him too, which I show all the time on my Instagram. And then a lot of people ask where I shower. So they're actually right here. This is Old Airport. It's an old airport runway, so it used to be an airport, but it's not anymore. So it's just like a really long strip, and there's a beach on the side. And it's absolutely beautiful. It is just like wonderful. It's really great for Leo. And it's like it's always sunny. No matter what, it's always sunny. Even if it's raining like literally a mile that way, more towards the mountain, it's always sunny and super hot right here. So it's beautiful. There's outdoor showers, and the shower all the way at the end is inside the bathroom. There's one inside the women's bathroom and then one inside the men's. So if I want like more privacy, anytime I've gone, no one's ever been there, and so I'll just go in there with Leo and I can just shower up, wash my hair, wash everything. So there's that. I do that some days, and then other days, throughout the almost year and a half of living in the van, a lot of people have offered to be able to go to their house if they're at work, or even if they're not at work or whatever, and just go and shower at their house, which I usually don't like take up that offer, but it's quite nice to be able to have that there. And if I really, really feel like I just want like a super hot, like really closed and comfortable shower or bath, then I have that to go to all different friends' houses to go and do that. But yeah, if anything, there's the outdoor shower. That was what we did for the longest time at the beginning. Going to the bathroom, same thing. So there's the bathrooms here at Old A's. This is right in town. This is like where we're always at, but it's kind of like a lot of tourists come over here to this, and so it's like a little bit cleaner and just nicer. There's different cabanas and benches, and the bathrooms and the showers. So yes, then I just can go to the restroom there. That's usually where I go most of the time because we usually park and hang out here. Or to the health food store because we're there all the time, or Target or whatever. Really, you can go wherever. If it's nighttime, then I can just go in like a bush or something. It's not that big of a deal because I live in my van. I live outside. There's that question. Where do we park? That's another one. So for the first like 6 months when it was Leo and his dad and I living in the van, we were just parking at Target parking lot, which is literally right there. Like Kona is so small that it's just like turn, and every turn is like wherever you're going. You can go like more south, maybe like 15-20 minutes, and that's like the furthest of like Kona. It's really small, so everything is like really compact, and you see people all day long. You see the same exact people. Going on a tangent, but okay, so yeah, so for the first like 6 or 7 months we were just parking at Target. We had I think it was like 3 times people would like knock on our window in the middle of the night. One time it was like cops, and they were just kind of like seeing what we were doing because we had parked in the same exact spot every single night, so they didn't know if like the van was just broken down and it was there or whatever it was. But yeah, and then once I got out of that, like thinking that someone might knock on the door or the window, when I was just like, I would put energetically like a protective bubble around the van basically. Ever since I did that, no one's ever bothered us. No one's ever anything. People don't even come by our van or anything at all late at night. And the cool thing is that we, throughout this whole past year, we've met different friends who either like see what we're doing and then so they want to go into van life, or they were already living in their van or living in their car. So for a while we were caravanning with a couple different people, so it was like 3 or 4 vans or cars in a row, which was super cool, and it just felt super safe and it was really awesome. And we would like, it was just like really fun and really cool. Like we would take up like 4 parking spots, like kind of a little bit away from each other, and then Leo would have his bike in between, or his skateboard, and he would just skateboard on it at night. And this was when he was taking naps at like 3 in the afternoon until like 4:30, so he wouldn't go to sleep for hours, and it gets dark at 7. So then we would just like have to figure out what to do with him after it got dark, and this is where we live, is our van. You can only read so many books too, so anyway, Target is one of the spots. And then for the longest time, and still what I mainly do, is go out to, it's like maybe like 17 minutes it takes to go, you drive north, and there's a like beach access. It's called Kekahakai. And it's just like on the main highway, and you just go left off to where the beach is, and it's like lava rock. It's all lava rock, and you go on this bumpy lava rock road all the way down to the beach. But at the beginning where the highway is, you turn off, and then there's like 200 yards between the highway and the gate that locks at nighttime. So during that 200 yards, you can just turn off and park anywhere. I actually, when I still go over there, I still see the same. There's maybe like 1 or 2 people who have been parking there and sleeping for like 7 months now, just every single night. So there's a couple other people that do it, but it's really cool because it's never actually gotten really crowded. Like not a bunch of people know about it. So it's amazing, and it's such a beautiful place to wake up to. I've taken pictures and videos when we wake up at that spot, and it's like absolutely wonderful. As of right now, because I've been a little bit more busy, and that's a little bit more north, like just very slightly north, but I've been going between Target and Kekahakai, and it feels amazing. It feels totally safe. Yeah, I love it. And then at Target, the bathroom is open till like 11 o'clock at night until they close. So yeah, those are the 2 different places that we park. Or, I mean, on a normal. If we were going anywhere else, like if I'm going to, sorry, my back. If I'm going to the valley, then I would just park at the valley entrance, because the valley, it's just a ledge, like it's a drop off. And then you like zigzag hike down it. So at the top, I would park and sleep there, or like along the long highway coming from here to there. There's like little roads you can get off and you can stay. Waimea is beautiful. It's such a beautiful place to stay. It's literally like inland of the island, like in the middle of the island going north. And it is just like acres and acres and acres and acres of rolling grassy hills, like the most beautiful, luscious, flowing grassy hills ever. And they're like wonderful, and it's so beautiful up there, and it rains more, so it's like really green. But going up there and hanging out and then waking up the next day is like mesmerizing. Like, it's so beautiful. So if I'm ever feeling like going up there, I usually am going up to the valley, but I went to Waimea with a friend more recently, with our babies, and it was so beautiful. And I've yet to do that again really soon here. So that's the parking situation. You can kind of just park like anywhere. It's not too big of a deal. Then I'm trying to think, what other questions do you guys have? How does Leo feel about it? So the first 16 minutes, holy cow. The first, when we were living in our house, when we were living in, sorry, battery's dying. When we were living in our rental, I remember the first like week, I didn't want to go back to the house. I was just like, I am so done being here. I'm so done continuously going home to like a box just to sleep on a mattress and then just leave the next morning. We were driving all the way up the hill, and our car was a little bit more old, and it was a super bumpy road, and I just didn't want to be dealing with it. And we were driving back like after sunset, so it just didn't really seem like a point. But I remember it was really awesome because, of course, like there was a little part in me as a mother, and just because sometimes fear pops up, I didn't know if it was okay for Leo, if it was okay having, what was it, like, he was like 2 years old, two and a half, doing that with him and going into your van and sleeping and starting to live inside of it. So of course, like, I had a little bit of just like questioning myself and questioning if it felt good intuitively, really. But then I was like, okay, well, he can talk and he can tell me what he feels now. So I asked him, I said, Leo, do you want to go back home and sleep at home, or do you want to sleep in the van tonight? And he was like, oh, I want to sleep in the van. Like, he was so excited, and it was so cute. And I remember how like it just like sparked something inside of me. I was so happy because I was just like realizing that this child and every other child, they're not born to have fear. They're not born to think that things like that are weird. They're just born, and then they are programmed and conditioned unless they can just be free themselves. So that's what I try to do with him, is just allow him to be free and have his own thoughts and have his own freedom and free will, and understanding that there is no fear and like everything's okay. And so that first week we just like tested it out. We were like just like feeling out the waters. And so we stayed in the car, and we woke up the next morning. Of course, he kind of like looked around and was like, he had to like remember that we stayed in the car. And that week went by, and he just got used to it, and he was just stoked every day. And then we'd kind of like ask him on and off, like, do you like sleeping in the van? Is this okay? Do you want to do this for a long time? And he's always just been like, I love it. This is amazing. He's never cared. Why would he care? He doesn't have that conditioning of like, well, I need to be in a home because people say that, you know, you need to be in a home to be normal, or that you're homeless if you don't have a home. Like, that is just, no, like, because the earth is your home. Everything is your home. You don't have to like live the American dream to feel like you're living a good life or you're not. Like, this, to me, look at that. Like, I love it, and Leo loves it, and it's like, I feel like I'm thriving. I could stare at this forever. And yeah, I keep getting off on little tangents, but yeah, so then even now then we got this van, and we got it all built out, which of course I keep on saying that we're going to I'm gonna give you like a little tour of it. I know you guys have seen, but this is it, a little bit of it, and this is the inside. Oh, there's my keys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost didn't know where those were, but the kids got some paint on it. But these are little boxes, and these open up, and okay, well, I'm not able to open it right now because the little chains came off, but these are the cushions, and so I just got it built out, and it goes all the way over here to the front. And I don't know what I was saying before that, but yeah, so yeah, Leo's stoked on it. When I came and I showed him that I had manifested this, he just jumped in it, and he jumped all around, and he laid down on the pillows, and he sprawled out, and I was just like, Leo, this is your van, like, this is our new van. It was manifested, and you helped me manifest. And he was like, this is our new van, and we get to live in it. And yeah, then that was it. He was just so excited, and he kept saying, like, wow, mommy, we manifested another van. I love this van. And he always tells me, just yesterday when I was with him, he was like, mommy, I love this van. This is our best friend. This is our home. This is our van. I love this van. We'll go everywhere in this van. So Leo loves it. Leo's thriving, and he's almost 4, literally in like 3 weeks. Ugh, he's gonna be 4. So we'll have been living in the van for a year and a half, and I'm super excited because really soon here, starting in the summer, I'm gonna go traveling a little bit with Leo, which my biggest goal for a while has been to take him to the mainland and just travel with him by van, just him and I. So I'm super excited to be doing that. This van will just be hanging out here because there's only a front seat, and in Hawaii, it's perfectly fine to have a car seat in the front seat. And I'm fine with that. I don't care because I know that he's perfectly fine and safe. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, so let's see. Someone had asked me, I did an interview with this sweet girl who writes. She's a writer, and she puts like little snippets in a women's magazine, and she called me for an interview a couple of months ago. So I'm trying to think of the questions that were asked in that. One of them was, what is like negative about being in the van? And honestly, I would say it's not quite a negative. I mean, what I would say is that living in a really small space, this is like 10 feet, a 10-foot van maybe, living in a small space like this, you have to clean it like twice a day. You really have to keep up on it, because even if it seems like some people may think that it can be clean really easily, or be kept clean really easily, and that's not true. It actually gets super disorganized and really dirty really quickly, especially if you have a toddler. So I literally clean the van like twice a day. If I don't like organize it and clean it, if I like skip a day, then I start to get really chaotic in the mind. Because if you just have like clutter everywhere and stuff that you don't use, or trash or whatever, you can get really crazy in your mind, and yeah, then it's not good. And then what was the other thing I was gonna say? I really love the fact that this has allowed me to make sure that I'm being really conscious about the things that I have, like actual things and clothes. So I pretty much only, and I've always been one to like love clothes, and I've like always have loved little things, or just whatever, like bowls or whatever. But I've done actually like my absolute best to make sure that I'm only keeping things in here that are very minimal and small, and that I use almost every single day. So I actually just like 2 days ago got rid of 2 little bags of clothes, like 2 paper bags full of clothes, because I just want to continue to stay minimal, and I don't need all that different stuff, and it's just messes with my energy, and I feel like a lot of people, you guys might know what I'm talking about. And then the last thing I'd say is, I was asked what my favorite thing is about being in the van, and what really comes to mind is just being free, like feeling super free, and yeah, just knowing that I can go anywhere at any time, and that anywhere is my home. I don't have any fear or I'm not stagnant. Like I don't like stagnant energy. I don't like stagnant anything. So yeah, feeling stagnant is not involved in my life, at least as much as possible. And then hi. That was so cute. I think that's about it. I think that's all I can think of. If you guys have any more questions, just comment, and I'll message back. But I think that's pretty much. Oh, one more thing. Eating. A lot of people ask if I have one of those vans where you have like a kitchen and you can cook, or you have a refrigerator. I don't have that. It's just a bed and storage. But the amazing thing is that Kona is really tiny, so we can hang out like 5 minutes away from the place that we go to all the time to eat, which is Island Naturals. It's a health food store. It has like the healthiest stuff ever, like all of the healthiest of everything, whether it's like drinks or juices, or they make smoothies and juices there. They have all of the local fruit and vegetables. So that's literally like our kitchen. So the really cool thing about that I love is that we've actually like built a community from being there all the time, because that's like our kitchen. We'll go there and we make our own little foods. We can get like lettuce and tomato and avocado and make like our own little salad, and we can just sit there because it's basically like a hangout too. So a lot of people hang out. It's like a bunch of hippies, a bunch of healthy people that just like go there and hang out and talk, and sometimes myself and tons of other people will sit there for hours and just hang out and talk. So I am so grateful. Yeah, that's what we do for eating. Of course, I'll like bring stuff in a basket. If I'm going to the beach, then I'll bring like a bunch of water, kombucha, and like fruit, papaya, avocado, yeah, oranges or something. So yeah, that's the food thing. And I think that's it. Yeah, if I'm missing anything, then just let me know. But those are like the main questions that I've been asked. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'm so excited I got this done. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot more stuff with van life and the van tour. It's coming soon. Yeah, it's amazing. I know I like show the van all the time. It's super fun. It's super beautiful. It's a little bit messy. On the dashboard, Leo will collect sticks. He's collected sticks from the valley. Big ones, small ones, whatever size he really wants to bring. Oh, there's one hanging right there. Yeah, we just put them in here. So it's pretty much like we're basically making the inside of our van pretty much like the outside. So thank you for watching, and you guys have a good day. Much love.